Okay, so Red Bull's World Championships ended, and the streaming thing was pretty close to what I expected. The Instagram did live stream it from a phone, which is really all you can do on an Instagram Live, which is awful quality because you got a phone camera, not like high def cameras. It's just one camera, so you can't like change it, and there's nothing special. It's strictly a phone. Ooh, look, watch this, and they set it on the table for the actual competing. Now, when I said, oh yeah, Facebook's going to do, they're doing it on their Facebook. They did only the finals. The final matchup, Bill versus Felix. That's all they had. And it started for the first solve and ended as soon as the last solve was over. And they like shook hands or something. It was like right after that. Since that was so short, no one really had the time to just jump in. Additionally, they said it was going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern. It didn't, and they changed the time on what they were saying to 7:30. Then they modified it again to 7:15, and it started about at 7:15. I didn't catch the stream right at the beginning, just because I forgot about it. But I looked in like 3 minutes or 4 minutes had passed, and I got to see like the last two solves, which was fine. Didn't really care. And yeah, no one was watching, or at least no one was commenting. I don't know if there was a way to see who all was watching at the time, but I didn't see it at the time. The people who were commenting didn't seem like they had anything positive to say while they were watching. I believe they were all Hubers who already knew about the sport, so there was zero publicity. Keep in mind, I believe I was watching from the Mind Gamers channel. I haven't checked the official one. I can go check the regular Red Bull right now. Okay, pulling up Red Bull. Okay, let's see. They've got something live right now. It's not queuing. That's a hint. Yeah, it's some DJ music thing. Home. Let's see if I can even find it. Just, let's see, how long is it? Like 45 minutes after it took place. Let's see how long it takes me to find. It's going on their specific page. Still nothing. Still nothing. The thing that I put on the last one where they're saying look at the Mind Gamers channel, and it's looking like they didn't actually stream it on their channel. That's very interesting. Yeah, they didn't stream it on their didn't stream it on their channel like they said they were going to, which means it's just the Redbull Mind Gamers page. That's really lame. Back to the whole publicity thing. There was zero publicity, I can tell you right now. Everyone that knew of the Red Bull Mind Gamers page, they already knew of us speed cubing. Either that or they found out about it through there, and then by the time the actual thing happened, no one knew was added. No one cared. And so when these people are like, oh yeah, I'm the people competing too, they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun competing, we're gonna be able to make speed cubing big, because Red Bull's big and everyone's gonna know about it. Unfortunately, I don't know if they knew about the streaming situation. I don't know if they just assumed it would work, it would be put somewhere, but if they did, we know that they did it just for the money, which is fine, or for the trip, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with basically winning a sweepstakes. And I'm not sure how many people, wasn't paying attention, how many people were saying, oh, it's not for the money, it's not for the trip, it's for speed cubing. If anyone said that and they knew the live streaming situation, then they're lying to you. There's no reason to do it if they know the live streaming situation and they don't care about the money. The truth is they likely cared about the money. Or just didn't have an opinion and thought it could be cool. And I find that one less likely. So since they streamed on their Instagram, that's where I was wrong. I didn't think they would. But I did say it was bad to do it, and they did it. And the stories can be gone within 24 hours of when they posted it, unless they saved it, but they're not going to put it anywhere. I'm telling you that. They did their 5-minute stream, which I thought was going to be a full event stream. I didn't know what time it started. I could have checked that. I could have been like, yeah, this is not even during the actual time of the competition. Why are they streaming it after? It doesn't make sense. And that's because it doesn't make sense. It should never have been that way. So I wouldn't consider the finals thing a stream. That was a re-upload of a recording that they did live for some reason. And so I was wrong right about the Facebook streams. The regular channel didn't do anything with it. The Mind Gamers page just did a re-upload of 5 to 10 minutes of the finals, and to me that's really unacceptable. If they are really trying to increase publicity, they would have done it. Redbull is experienced. Redbull has done things like this for a while. I don't know the purpose of them doing this. I don't know if this was just a test because they saw in the beginning phases everyone disliked the videos and all that stuff, but they didn't push it because they thought it could be a little risky. If that's the case, I think that we did a good job, everyone that sent the message to Redbull, basically, that, hey, this isn't what we want, because that leaves next year, because they'll probably do it again next year. Reading the statement the Cubicle put out, they almost certainly will do it next year. But as we gave them our feedback, and I think because of how, they didn't push this to be too public, because if they wanted it public, they would have made it public. Then they would have done it, and I think because they didn't, they're hoping that this year just goes by unnoticed, or at least no one cares, and then so next year they can do something. This is a very hopeful assumption. This basically means that I think they are probably more likely to go and affiliate themselves with the WCA. That being said, if they can't get the sponsors, there's no reason to do this. If they can't get someone to give them money, they're not going to do it, if that makes any sense. This is a job for them. It's not a, hey, my son does or I know someone does a Rubik's Cube, and I want to make it popular because this person does it or whatever, or just someone who just has a genuine interest in watching other people solve Rubik's Cubes and fast. And that's not what it is. It's a business thing, which makes it even more confusing as to why they didn't publicize it. If they at least publicized it, they could have gotten more money from this, and they didn't. And from what I see, and I'm not the smartest person ever, I don't know everything, it kind of seemed like I don't think they made any money. I think everything was covered, they did it. If anything, the only money they got was probably from Rubik's. All the other sponsors helped support things. Actually, I think the Cubicle too. But the other companies, they all provided services or things, and they may have provided money. I don't know. I don't know what the contracts were. I don't know anything like that. But they could have made a lot more, and I don't know why they didn't. Outside of like what I said earlier about the YouTube video thing where everyone told them they didn't like it. I think that's really all I can say right now. Well, that I know of. There's so far this year, you know, when everyone's like, "Oh, this is a big threat to speed cubing," we learned today it did nothing. It didn't take down the WCA. It didn't affect the WCA. People still went to WCA comps today. It happened, and that's it. And we do need to be thinking about what's going to happen next year, and we need to make sure that Red Bull knows and Rubik's knows. Why does it matter if Rubik's knows? Because if Rubik's knows what we want, there's a slight chance, it's very slight, but it's more likely that they will not try to do something stupid like re-scramble again or the female track or something that we don't need. It's a lot of what they're doing is their own thing, and you know, the WCA is not exclusive to, like, they're not the only thing that can do comps. I've held unofficial comps before locally. I've had friends who have, and you know, we just don't have a good time, and that's what Red Bull was. It was have a good time with lots of prize money, and we'll fly you out. Except the people from the US didn't get flown out because they already had to be there, with the exception of the cubicle wild cards. So anyone that flew out there to compete, I feel bad for them. But I don't think it mattered because everyone that won was already going to be out there. And yeah, I think that's it.